Live. Good morning, everyone. Once again, thank you all for joining. Just let me know if the audio is clear. I know I do this every week, but trust me, when it comes to Zoom or any of these platforms, it's absolutely essential. Cool, lovely. Thanks for that, Daniel. Um, so yeah, today's going to be I hope an interesting lesson or an interesting webinar again. After I think probably over a month, maybe even longer, um, I've managed to get Bilal to join us. I mentioned last week that he was running a tour of the country, visiting various cities, doing these talks. So he was largely unavailable because it just so happened that every Wednesday at around 11, he was either in a meeting or doing a talk or something of that sort. And so he was never free to join us on these webinars. But this week he is back in Durban. He's in the office in the other room actually at the at the moment. And yeah, I grabbed the opportunity to have him come on board again, and just talk to you guys. So one of the things he's going to be talking about is just his experience and the trip, uh, how it's been so far and how it's going to play out from here. He's not actually done. He's just in Durban for a few days, I think till Thursday, and then Friday morning he's off again. Um, so yeah, I wanted to take advantage of this situation while we had it and call him on board. Um, I'm actually just gonna go check and see if he's still having trouble. He was having the trouble with Zoom. So I'm just gonna hop over real quick and help him get started, and yeah, we'll pick it up from there. So hop on. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. I haven't caught up with our team in a while.
Yeah, so I was just telling them that I think it's been over a month or so since you've made an appearance on the webinar. And you are in town for just a few days before you continue with your tour. So yeah, we took advantage of the opportunity and brought you on board again.
Yeah, it's hectic. I mean, I'm around for a couple of days and I'm back to Joburg, and then I'm
Mm.
back for a couple of days and back again, and then I'm going abroad in October. We're doing some training uh, overseas, which is uh, which is super exciting. Um, all right, so do you have some questions for me, Talha, or you want me to just talk about my travels so far?
Yeah, I want to know about your travels, how things were, and then obviously what's coming up uh, over the next couple of months.
Yeah, okay. So it's been super exciting, and guys, please don't hesitate. I think I consider this more a Q&A session that's for you guys more than just a monologue for me
Hmm.
to drone on and talk about what I'm doing. But why am I traveling so much? Okay, so I'm traveling so much because I've been invited to a number of schools, universities, communities to speak about technology, to speak about AI. Now, there's this kind of mixed feeling in the community where people are scared on one hand of technology and AI. I mean, you guys are tech pros in the making, so you understand there's nothing to be scared of, right? But it's not the same with the vast majority of people out there. They're terrified about what's going on with tech. And then there's not just that, but on the other hand, they somehow instinctively know that uh, there's something going on here, that there's a future in this, that this is going to be a big thing going forward, a big thing as far as business and careers and things goes.
Hmm.
So they're trying to reconcile the two, and that's the challenge in the community right now. And so the main reason for my going out to speak was to get people to rest assured that that there's nothing to be afraid of. that technology is not something to be afraid of, and that yes, their suspicions are right in a sense that there's a lot of opportunity in the world of tech for pretty much every career. And I gave them examples. I gave them examples of how even a field like agriculture. Give me a second, I just want to adjust my light. There, that's much better. So I gave
All
them
right.
examples of how even in a space like agriculture, which was traditionally not uh, considered cutting edge technology, where tech is making massive inroads. So if you look at dairy cows, for example, they are being connected to the internet. So you might wonder, why is a cow connected to the internet? Is it browsing short form videos or something? But it's not that. It's that um, it's necessary because these cows are extremely sensitive creatures, right? And if they get slightly stressed or even a little sick, then they stop producing milk or the milk yield drops and the farmer loses millions of rands. So the farmer needs to make sure that his cows are always happy and healthy and in a good state of mind. So they have these health devices very similar to your Apple watches, but obviously a lot more complex with a lot more uh, sensors to give biometrics on a number of different statistics around the cow's health. And what this device does is that that's connected to the internet, and it's connected to a server that's powered by AI, and that AI is an expert system that does constant monitoring of the cow's health. And not just that, but it does diagnostics, predictive analysis. So it's able to say through pattern recognition, it's able to detect that based on the biometric data received, that a cow is about to get stressed because
Hmm.
it already sees the early warning signs, or a cow is about to get sick. And the moment that happens, it sends a warning out to the farmer. It sends a signal that go to this point. It's obviously it sends a geolocation beacon, and the farmer can rush off and go and
Right.
bring that cow back to the barn or the laboratory or wherever, look after it and make sure it's happy and healthy. And when it's fine, then it sends it back.
Hmm.
So people
That's, I
were
mean,
amazed to hear
yeah.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that example so many times, but it still impresses me every time. And it's even more impressive or more significant rather when you think about it in terms of business sense, from an economic point of view, right? I mean, you think about a farmer who has this kind of tech implemented, and then his neighbor, exact same size land, exact same number of cows, but doesn't have that. And now if there's a problem with the farmer who doesn't have that tech with his cows and they are stressed out, he'll probably figure it out eventually, but it'll take him, a few weeks, maybe a few months to find the affected cows and figure out what their problem is. It could be something health-wise or whatever it is. And during that time, his milk production has dropped and he lost quite a bit of money. Whereas the farmer who has this kind of tech, before it's even a problem, he knows and he addressed it. And so his production remains constant at a higher level. And yeah, and when you're doing these talks, I think a lot of the guys, a lot of the businesses that you interact with understand that on some level that, what, technology is very useful and it almost certainly can help me in my business to improve efficiency. But the trouble is that they don't really know how or where to start. They just know that it can be used, but they lost other than that, which where our students come in because they have been trained in these technologies to identify problems and formulate solutions. And I think a very big benefit of you doing these talks and interacting with these businesses is that you're getting into their heads, you feeling their pain, you're understanding what their challenges are. And so we can then feed inside information to our students and help them be more specialized, more prescriptive when they approach businesses and trying to offer solutions.
Yeah, I get you, and I think that leads back to something we heard a few weeks ago. The last time I was on, we had a guest. I forgot what was his name, but he said something to the effect of, "Don't be the best Python developer in the world or the best Java programmer in the world. Be the best problem solver in the world." Because that's what the world needs,
Mhm.
and be able to use your tech skills like your Python or Java or your JavaScript skills to solve problems for companies, and be be put yourself in a position where you can advise businesses on the solution rather than the guy waiting for the business to tell you what to do. And I found this very interesting talk I was listening to on data science. uh, Although we're not offering data science yet, but I found this very interesting talk where the guy was saying that the data scientist's real job is not to ask the entrepreneur, what stories do you want me to, or what stories do you want the data to tell? No, the true data scientist's job is to tell the business person
Mm.
what stories the data should be telling him to drive his business forward. And that's where a bit of business analysis comes in. This is where an understanding of business comes in. And my appeal to all our students and all students of technology is, don't, if you want to be successful, right? And this is where the whole AI thing comes in. If you want to be successful, don't just focus on your tech skills, learn business skills also. So when you go and work in a business, you become an integral part of that business and you become a partner to the entrepreneur. That's when you'll be valuable. That's when
Mm.
no AI on earth will ever be able to replace you, because you understand humans and humans understand humans. I
Yeah,
see there's some comments here. It's
I
Sajad.
think, yeah,
Yeah.
I think by William's question that just came in, as it came through, you accidentally answered it. Whatever you did.
William, I accidentally answered your question. Sajjad says he met at Masjid Taqwa. Yes, in PE. When I spoke in PE, I remember Sajjad. Great to see you here. Boy, you work fast. We just met a couple of weeks ago, and you're already sitting in my webinar among my students. That's good.
Mm.
That's good. Yeah. So William, it comes back to that. Yes, AI is going to be a big helper when it comes to coding, right? I mean, you can literally tell AI to your Gen AI like ChatGPT, write me HTML code to do X, Y, and Z, or write me
Mm.
JavaScript code to do X, Y, and Z, and it'll do it. But that's not the point. This is where people just fail to understand. I'm an I'm in a unique position, both as an entrepreneur as well as a software engineer, and I can tell you that I'm probably a better software engineer than 90% of the people out there. And I'm not bragging, I'm giving you an example. But do you think I've got the time to sit and develop every software system for my business? Or
Mm.
am I running the business? See, I got no time to develop software as much as I would have liked to. So I need people like yourselves who are going to come in and tell me, oh, okay, I identified this and that need in your business, and I
Yeah,
need you
yeah.
to and I will develop that solution for you. So it's just like you said,
Yeah.
Tala, with these farmers, business people. Earlier on, we met with Professor Kassim in the educational space, in the engineering space, you name it. They are grappling to understand and keep up with the pace of technology. That's where
Mm.
you guys come in. That's an opportunity for you guys to step in and say, we'll
Yeah.
help.
I mean, to explain it very simply, right? Think about, put yourself in a position where you just bought a new home and you're designing a kitchen, your kitchen cabinet, right? So two carpenters come and offer their services to you. The first guy comes and he says, all right, he takes a look, he takes measurements and says, okay, based on the size of your kitchen, I can do this and this and this. I believe that, this type of color will look very well. You can put your stove in this section. You like extra storage space, so maybe we put some extra cabinets here, right? And he gives you the whole breakdown, right? Very impressive stuff. Versus a second guy that comes and says, you know what, I got a degree in swinging a hammer. You give me any nail, and in one shot, I will sink it. I'm the best in the world at swinging a hammer, and that's all he's got. So tell me what you want, and I'll put it together for you. That's what we're looking at. The first guy maybe is not as good at swinging a hammer, but he's offering a lot more than just swinging a hammer. He's offering advice. He's offering um, a complete solution. He's assisting you through that journey. And that's what these companies need. They don't want someone who's just a good developer who's going to come in and do what they're told.
They want problem solvers.
They want problem solvers and they want implementers. Tell us what the problem is, help us come up with the solution, and help us implement the solution.
Exactly. So that's some of the things I've been speaking at the
Mm,
schools I've been attending, and I just love speaking at schools because it reminds me of the best years of my life when I used to teach at a high school, and so I only speak in high schools, right? Because I don't feel I have much for primary school kids. They are still quite junior, so I spoke at communities, spoke to teachers, spoke to schools about the same thing, that AI is not something to be feared. AI is a tool that you can use to drive your career forward. Okay, guys, any other questions? And I just want to tell you, I mean, I know you guys are all over the world. My students are all over the world, and it was great. That was the other part, meeting some of our graduates like Ridwan Williams. These guys graduated like what, 2 3 years ago,
mm,
and they're doing so well for themselves. I got to meet my graduates, which was excellent. If you guys want me to come to your schools, your communities, to speak about tech, uh, please send me an invite. I will be more than happy to come and uh, speak at your communities and enlighten people on what's going on.
mm,
The other thing is entrepreneurship. So I'm returning to Johannesburg this week. I've got an entrepreneurship workshop, a digital entrepreneurship workshop
mhm.
happening in Sandton on this Saturday, Parktown on Sunday, Lenasia on Monday. And Monday afternoon, I'm going to die of tired and fatigue because it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, so last week I told everyone just a little bit about what your workshops are about and what to entail or what they're going to entail. And then I may have jumped the gun a little bit and explained how we're trying to roll these out in as many cities as possible, but we obviously need help setting it up in these cities.
You
Um,
mean the
the
digital
entrepreneurship
entrepreneurship?
workshops. Yeah.
Yeah, that will be great. Uh,
Mm,
so Sajjad, oh yes, 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 Sajjad, my mistake. Sorry, I met you and your dad. What an incredible person your dad is. You must give him my regards. Sorry, I thought there was another youngster who, well, quite a few who signed up after I left PE, Kabeja, to be more
mm.
precise. Okay, so William has a question. Do IT varsity students get free entrance to the workshops? Talk to me. If you are in the area, you can we can arrange something. Uh, Sajjad says, I already have 3 friends who would love to join IT varsity after I've spoken to them. Uh, Sajjad, thanks so much. I'm very grateful for that. It tells me a lot. It tells me you are happy with the experience you're getting with us, happy enough to tell others about it. Please set up a consultation session. If they have any questions, I'll be more than happy to talk to them about IT varsity, answer their questions. I think get in touch with me after the webinar, and we'll arrange for a conversation. William wants to know, I think the workshops, will they be streamed? No, they're not going to be streamed. It's just there live, and it's very, very practical. But it's similar to module 1 of our certificate in digital entrepreneurship. So those of you who are doing the CDE, this is very similar to that. So Keenan has a question. Nabia, Asa, and Tawfiq would like to know, when are we going to have a meeting with everyone where we have our cameras turned on and we get to know each other? Okay, I don't think Tawfiq knows about that. Okay,
But that is a good idea nonetheless. And, maybe we can do something like that.
let's do that. I mean, if you guys want to
Oh, but
do that,
Navia does not seem interested in that at all. It'll be
that's a
optional
capital.
for those who want it. It'll be available, but I think it might be healthy to get some uh collaboration going.
I think Keenan lost some share points over there because, okay, guys, what I suggest is talk to Noltando. You guys are on the Slack group. I mean, that's your little community to work with and to communicate with. Feel free at any time. Network, form study groups. I hope you guys are forming study groups, both virtual as well as physical. I mean, if some of you are in the same town, you guys can meet up every now and again, work together, sit in a coffee shop with your laptops, do some stuff. It'll be fun. Um, okay, so another question from
Mhm.
William. William, you are on fire today. I like this question here. As the founder of IT Varsity, what do you think makes IT Varsity stand out among all
Mm.
universities? I would just like to hear your thoughts on this. Does IT Varsity have any group projects in which the students can participate? Okay, so first question, I think if I have to put it into one word, what makes IT Varsity different? It's family, right? For us, every single one of you are part of our family, and you are treated like family, right? You're not just a student number with us. With every other college and university, you're just another student number. Nobody really cares whether you're there or not, whether you study or not, as long as they're collecting your fees. With us, it's all about family. The second thing is, on a very, very business level, very fundamental business level. See, you are not our customer. As our student, you are not our customer. You are our product. See, there's a very significant difference there. With every other university in the world, the course is the product and the student is the customer. Back when we founded IT Varsity, we made up our minds that the course is not the product, the student is the product, and the market, the industry is the customer. So we are preparing you for that industry, for that customer. We are going to be, in a manner of speaking, this is not slavery, please don't get me wrong, we are going to be selling you, or the idea of you, to your prospective employer or to your future business. That's the second thing. So just keep that in mind. And regarding group projects, look, there are lots of projects that people have approached me about. Nothing has been crystallized yet, nothing has been finalized, but yes, there are projects coming up. And what we're going to do is we're going to put those onto the Slack group. So
Mhm.
you can volunteer to join a project. In fact, today Noltando would have put out, I don't know if she did yet, she's going to put out a call out for a webinar that's happening, not webinar, hackathon that's happening in Johannesburg for anybody who wants to develop solutions uh, for uh, for green energy and things. This one is organized by MTN and I think uh, the Empire Partner Foundation, and one other partner. So if you guys are in Joburg or you want to take part, and you can make your way to Joburg for a couple of days when that hackathon is happening, I strongly recommend go, because these guys, Empire Partner Foundation, they are amazing. I know the CEO personally, and his son sent me this specifically to share with you guys. So these guys, if they like your solution, they will fund your business, and they will incubate you. They'll give you a place to work, and they got this amazing space to work both in Johannesburg and in Cape Town, and they will get your business off the ground. So If you guys are able, join that. Tala, I have to unfortunately leave. There's a radio program coming up. I have to
Mhm.
join the radio program now. Thanks a lot,
Yes.
guys. I will see you some other time. Bye bye.
Cool, lovely. And with that, we'll start rounding up as well. I don't want to go too long over time, but yeah, I think that's also another good reason why you guys should network with one another and get to know one another. Because sometimes there'll be opportunities or job offers for projects, or even these events like these hackathons, and it'll be, I think, a lot better going in it together with some of your fellow students and things. So, you could just, if you see anything that's interesting, just hit up some of the other students, let them know that this looks interesting, and find out if anyone else is interested in joining it. So, if you're attending the hackathon, instead of going alone, you can take a small group and work together on that one. Among the IT varsity students alone, are there any group projects? Not at the moment. But yeah, things could change. Which hackathon are you talking about? I don't think Noltando posted the information yet, but I'll just follow up with that. But yeah, by today you'll see the info will go up. All of the details, dates, venue, topic, all of that. Right, guys, and yeah, with that, I think we'll conclude this session. I hope you enjoyed it. It was nice to have Bilal on the call again. And yeah, we'll see you again next week for another webinar. Bye, everyone, and have a fantastic rest of the week.